All right, let's talk about one of the biggest moves you'll ever make, buying your first home. It can feel, well, overwhelming. So today, we're going to break it all down. And to make it super practical, we're using Maryville, Tennessee as a real-world case study. Ready? Let's get into it. Does this sound familiar? You're trying to buy your first place, and you just feel priced out, overwhelmed. I mean, where do you even start in today's market? It's a question on so many people's minds, and it really makes you wonder if there's a better, maybe smarter, way to get your foot in the door. So that's where we'll begin. Let's really dig into what we're calling the home buyer's dilemma. And to really get a handle on this, you got to see the problem in black and white. So check this out. It's like a tale of two markets. You've got a super hot city like Knoxville, right? The competition is just intense. Pricing is all over the place and it's congested. But then right next door, you have Maryville, and the source material we're looking at positions it as this much more approachable alternative. The pricing is steadier and the whole vibe is just calm. Okay, so what is it exactly that makes Maryville a smart alternative? Let's break down the why. Well, according to the source material, it's not just one thing. It's a whole bunch of them. First off, you've got market stability, so you're not riding some crazy price roller coaster. Then there's this genuine community feel, and on top of that, excellent schools, which are a huge driver for long-term value. And maybe the biggest deal for first-timers, you get more space for your money. I mean, you're not just buying 4 walls and a roof, you're buying a lifestyle with room to actually live and grow. And this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. It's not just about a transaction. It's about investing in a place where people actually put down roots and stay. That kind of stability is just massive when it comes to protecting your home's value down the line. All right, so we get the why behind Maryville. Now let's get to the fun part, the where. Let's take a quick spin through some of Maryville's key neighborhoods and see what each one's got to offer. First up, we're heading to downtown Maryville. So this is for anyone who loves that historic charm, mature trees lining the streets, and the idea of being able to just walk to coffee shops, restaurants, and cool community events. Just imagine stepping out your front door and being right in the heart of everything. And if you look at the snapshot here, the key feature is pretty compelling. Strong appreciation potential. Yeah, these older homes might need a little love, some cosmetic updates, but that timeless charm and a location you just can't beat, that gives them some serious upside. It's really perfect for buyers who want to be at the center of the community. Okay, let's head over to our next stop, Eagleton Village. Now, this area is super popular with first-time buyers, and for a good reason. It just nails that sweet spot between being affordable and giving you more space. And the big thing here is flexibility. You're getting this great mix of home styles and ages, all on quieter streets with bigger lots. So for you, the buyer, this is a neighborhood where you can really maximize every single dollar of your budget, and you're still not too far from the city center. It's a win-win. For our final stop, we're heading out to the more suburban side of town, West Maryville and the foothills. This is where you're going to find all those newer planned subdivisions that really appeal to buyers who want something that's totally move-in ready. The big draw here is all about convenience and lifestyle. I mean, think less time spent on weekend DIY projects and more time actually enjoying yourself, like hitting the trails. You might pay a little more for it on the front end, but what you're getting is a modern layout, better energy efficiency, and way less immediate maintenance. Plus, that easy access to the outdoors, that's a huge bonus that adds to its appeal for years to come. So, we've toured the options: downtown, Eagleton, West Maryville. Now for maybe the most important part. How do you actually pick the right one for you? How do you choose wisely? Think of this as your personal decision checklist. First, and this is the big one, define your entire budget. I'm not just talking about the mortgage, but taxes, insurance, and what you might need for upkeep. Second, and we'll circle back to this in a sec, research those school zones. Third, really weigh the trade-offs between an older home and a newer one. An older place downtown might build equity faster, but it probably needs a reno budget. That new house out west, it offers peace of mind, but at a higher price tag. And finally, always be thinking about resale. What you love about a neighborhood today is very likely what the next buyer will love tomorrow. Okay, let's dig into that school zone point, because this is important. The source material is crystal clear on this. The Maryville City School System is consistently ranked among the best in the state, and it is one of the single biggest drivers of property demand there. Seriously. Even if you don't have kids, buying in a top-tier school zone is one of the smartest things you can do to protect and grow your investment.
Because look, choosing a home isn't just about what you need right now. It's a huge investment in your future. So let's take a peek at the long-term forecast for a market like this.
And you know what? The outlook is actually really stable and encouraging. The source projects steady, sustainable growth. We're not talking about some wild, unpredictable bubble here. Inventory should stay manageable, and the demand is expected to stay strong, all thanks to those core fundamentals we talked about, like the great schools and quality of life. For a first-time buyer, that kind of predictability is absolute gold.
And that, right there, is really the ultimate takeaway. Finding a market that gives you that perfect balance of affordability now with the real potential for appreciation later, that's the secret sauce to building wealth through owning a home. And Maryville is just a fantastic example of a market that really offers that.
So, as we wrap all this up, I want to leave you with a final thought. We've talked numbers, budgets, schools, resale value, all the practical stuff. But at the end of the day, beyond all that, what's that one thing that truly makes a house feel like your home? Is it the community, the charm, the lifestyle? That's the real question you have to answer. Thanks so much for tuning in.